We saved over $7,000 on a Thousand Trails membership.
So stick around, we're going to tell you all about it. Welcome back to the WildBlue Wanderers channel. I'm Scott.
And I'm Ashley.
And a few months back, we told you we wanted to try out the Thousand Trails camping membership. So we purchased a camping pass.
Yep.
And that covered the southeast region of the Thousand Trails.
Yeah. And we also added the Trails collection, which gave us some additional parks to choose from as well.
Yeah.
So we purchased that in October of 2024. And we spent...
Or better known as 2025.
Oh, yeah, that one. Oops, 2025. So anyways, just about 4 months ago. And we spent $1,115.06 for the Trails collection and the camping pass. So we've been trying out some of those parks, and you've seen that in our video. So we have spent 57 nights since we joined, 57 nights in either Thousand Trails or at an Encore park, which is a Trails collection park.
That's about over 10 a month.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So when we did our budget, we tried to budget, let's spend $50 a night on average, right? Yep. So that allows us to go to some boondocking and allows us to go to some, splurge and go to like Margaritaville. But that's really where we wanted to keep our budget. So at this point, in just 4 months or so, we've averaged under $20 per night just using the camping pass.
Right.
So therefore, we decided
it was definitely worthwhile, and that we were going to look into going ahead and purchasing a full membership.
Exactly.
So if you watched our earlier video when we told you we were going to try this, we told you there was a lot of confusion between which packages there are, lifetime packages, new packages, old packages, and there's a lot of gray area trying to figure out. So we did find out, or we know, Thousand Trails no longer offers lifetime packages, but you can buy lifetime packages used.
Yes.
So we decided we had to figure out what was going to work best for us.
Yes. They do offer new packages that are subscription based, right? So instead of buying a brand new lifetime package, they do offer a subscription based, and those are, I think, 2 to 4 years.
2 years or 4 years, I believe there are contracts.
So we started looking about what the packages, what really do we want and what's important to us for our lifestyle and the way we travel. So one of the things we wanted to be sure of is to get a longer booking window.
Right.
The camping pass we have right now only allows us 60 days booking, which we did pretty good in Florida at the height of the season, but it was a challenge. Definitely
had to go through and try booking multiple times to make things work, but we made it through.
Yep. So 180-day booking window was big on our list. Yep. Another one was going to be 21 days or more. So be able to be there for 3 weeks.
Yeah, be able to stay 3 weeks at the park.
Yeah, that doesn't apply in Florida during the height of the season, but most of the rest of the year it does, so it's fine.
And we also wanted to make sure we could do park to park. Our camping pass now, if we stay anything more than 4 days, we have to be out for 7 days before we can go back into a park.
And the camping pass does only allow us 14 days versus that 21 days.
Right.
So being able to do 21 days and park to park at the Thousand Trails parks it'd be really neat.
Right.
So that was important to us. And then we also definitely wanted whatever package we bought to be eligible for the Trails collection.
Correct.
We did learn about a Trails collection plus.
Yes.
And that one was even a better add-on, so to speak.
Yeah, the Trails collection plus, it would give us a 90-day booking window rather than the 60-day booking window. So we got an extra 30 days earlier that we can book, which is nice. And it also gave you park to park. So you could go into Encore and go directly to another Encore.
Right.
With the regular Trails collection, you only get the 60 days, and you have to go back out of an Encore. You can go back to 1,000 Trails, but you can't go Encore Park to Encore Park, or
Right.
Trails Collection Park to Trails Collection Park.
Right. So we thought that that was pretty cool. So that was like, let's try to get something like that.
Right.
So we narrowed it down to the adventure membership.
Yep.
So there's 2 different adventure memberships. They're both named the same, adventure membership. So the brand new one is the subscription-based adventure. And then the lifetime is they call it a modern plan. So it was sold within the last few years. And it is a adventure lifetime membership.
Right. And from what we've been told, those are the only plans that you can get the Trails Collection Plus with.
Yes. So the first thing we wanted to do was let's look on the website and see what they actually offer directly from Thousand Trails.
Yep. Yep. What can we get new right now if we bought directly from Thousand Trails?
Exactly. And so we looked at the adventure membership, and on the website you'll see today it stated that you can buy an adventure membership, either 2 or 4 year, and it says $313 a month with as little as $900 down.
Yep. Now I'm sure there's special deals and stuff like that come and go, coupon codes and stuff like that. You might be able to get a better deal than that, but that's what's advertised right now with the $900 down and $313 a month.
And the good thing about that one is so it does have the 180 days, again, 21 days park to park, and then it does include, so your payment includes the Trails Collection Plus.
Yep.
Okay. So that one, we thought, well, that's a pretty good thing, but how much is it really going to cost us?
Right. So we figured we'd do the math over the full 4 years, because if we bought one, we would definitely buy 4 years. We wouldn't just go with the 2 years. We'd lock it in for a full 4 years. So, and then after the 4 years, we'd have to purchase another one or sign up for another plan. But so we decided let's figure the cost over the full 4 years and what it's going to cost us.
Yeah. So with that $313 per month plus the initial $900 down payment over 4 years, that's $15,009. I have the number here. That is $15,924, which is, you know what? If you think about it, when you break it down by month, it's still a really good price.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, when you figure $300 a month, if you're talking $50 a night average, I mean that's really a really pretty good deal.
That's a good deal
if that's what you're looking to do.
Absolutely. So the good thing about that is the cost up front is very little.
Right.
You're looking at
your $900 down payment in your first month.
In your first month.
Yeah.
So $1,213. Done. You can start booking campgrounds.
Yep.
Done. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Right. But we wanted to compare that to a lifetime membership. So we're in our early 50s. We plan on doing this for who knows how long, but definitely more than 4 years, we hope.
We hope.
So we wanted to compare. So now if we bought a lifetime membership, what would that cost us over the initial 4 years? And then how much would it cost us every year after that?
Sure.
So we started looking at, again, we wanted to stick with the adventure because we wanted to stick with the same thing. We wanted the booking windows, we wanted the times in the park, and we wanted the Trails Collection Plus.
Trails Collection
so
Plus.
We're going to, compare apples to apples, basically, best that we can.
And we started talking to, we went to the RV show. We were at campgrounds, and membership specialists were talking to us, and we were told a bunch of different things.
Oh, yeah. And I have to come back to remember that those they're sales specialists. They're trying to sell you a new package. They don't make any money if you buy a used package. They don't make any money if you buy a lifetime one. So we heard quite a few contradictory comments from them about, oh, well, you can't do this or you can't get that with this. And
oh yeah, you can't get Trails Collection Plus with a used membership is one thing I heard. And well, we actually decided to look into the used memberships anyway, and we found one.
Sure.
And so we were on Facebook, and there's actually a group called 1,000 Trails Memberships for Sale. Easy peasy. There's also membership outlets and campground membership outlets and things like that. But we just went through Facebook, and we found one that was for sale for $7,250. Generally speaking, the adventure membership, what we've seen selling prices are generally right around that $7,000, $7,000 to $8,000.
They're listed between $7,000 and $8,000 regularly. We've seen them as high as somebody asking $12,000 for one, and we saw one down at $5,000. That one went really quick.
Yeah,
So,
it was like a unicorn. I mean, you can find deals if you wait and see. We've seen a few for $6,500, things like that. But generally speaking, as a rule of thumb, $7,000 is a good place to look.
Absolutely. Now with those, you still have to do your homework. So you're going to have to call the 1,000 Trails transfer department.
Yep, there's a transfer specialist right at 1,000 Trails. You press number 4 when you call them the hotline, and most of the time they'll call you back, but they call you within 20 minutes usually, and they actually know what they're talking about, and they have the contract in front of them. So you need to get the membership ID of the membership ID number of the one you're looking at to purchase. You give them that information. Sometimes they'll ask for the name, and then they'll run down the list of features and benefits of that particular contract. And so one we found was they were asking $7,250. It was a lifetime. They were able to sell it one time, so we would be the last owners. So and that seemed like it was going to be a pretty good deal.
And they did confirm that it was eligible for Trails Collection, Trails Collection Plus.
They said that our dues would be $775 per year, which is the new 2026 dues. The Trails Collection Plus would be $725 a year. And the transfer fee for this one was $750. So those are what the 1,000 Trails transfer specialist told us, and that was a good thing. So we were pretty set to go ahead with that.
So to run those numbers down, total, you got them written down here
somewhere. I do have them written down. I got to turn the page. Okay, so this used package would have cost $14,000 over the 4 years.
That includes our initial purchase price of the $7,200, the $750 transfer fee, and the dues for both the Trails Collection and 1,000 Trails dues for the 4 years. So total of $14,000.
Total of $14,000, which is, the dues is $1,500 a year after that. Our upfront cost out of pocket to start booking campgrounds would be $9,500.
So that's where our comparison was between buying new and buying a 4-year new and buying a lifetime one. Is the biggest difference initially was that
out of pocket.
$1,200 out of your pocket or $9,000 out of your pocket to start. But with the used one, what we found is after that 4 years, we're just going to be paying $1,500 a year, and it keeps going on and on and on. We don't have to start all over with a new plan and be paying another $15,000 for a new 4-year plan if we decided to go longer.
Now, there is a caveat with the used plans. The dues don't freeze. That's something that a lot of people have heard. Oh, at 62, our dues freeze. With a used plan, and I have confirmed this with the transfer specialist at 1,000 Trails, with a used plan, the dues do not freeze. They continue to go up, usually every year, but they go up with the Consumer Price Index cost of living. So generally speaking, it runs about $10 to $20 a year, maybe 25. So
if you factored that in over the 4 years and it goes up $10 to $20 a year, you're still not even looking at $100 difference. So we're still looking at $15,000 and change to $14,000 over that 4-year period. Hey guys, I want to cut back in here real quick. There was one other thing that we heard recently, and that was somebody told us that they didn't want to buy a used package because they didn't want to be stuck in a contract and have to pay those dues for the rest of their lives. So they decided to go with a 4-year plan so that it would drop off and they wouldn't have dues to pay. Well, just to let you know, if you have a lifetime pass, you can actually cancel your plan. You just have to do it in writing and forfeit your plan, and you don't have to pay dues for the rest of your life. And we've also heard you can actually pause your plan, and I believe it's up to 5 years. So if you are going to go off the road for a few years and you don't want to pay those dues, you can pause your plan, I think it said up to 5 years. So don't feel that if you buy a used lifetime plan, you're stuck into some timeshare kind of thing. You can still get out of it. You just forfeit what you paid for. And that's as long as the package is paid in full.
So we thought, okay, used membership's the way to go.
Mm-hmm. Now there was a couple other caveats. Some of the benefits might not all transfer. So that's something you got to look at the contract and see what benefits are left.
Yep.
So like the cabin benefits, they may have been used part of those up.
They get a lot of them have cabin credits where you can use one a year for so many years, and then you can also get family benefits, and those family benefits are the family passes. They don't actually transfer; they just fall off. But those are some of the details, especially if they're important to you. You want to pay close attention to.
And for us, that really didn't matter too much. We didn't figure that was going to be something that we really
it didn't factor into our decision.
So we were in the process and starting the process of purchasing the used adventure package.
And then something caught my eye.
Yeah. And then Ashley, looking through found a different plan that we decided we wanted to research and compare.
So there was advertised an Elite Connections plan. And the Elite Connections plan was 180 days for booking window. Check. 21 days stay, check. Park to park.
Park to park.
Check. It was Trails Collection eligible, not Trails Collection Plus.
Right.
So that was the main difference that we saw.
Right. So that would mean that if we bought that one, we couldn't go Encore Trails Collection park to park, and we would be back to just a 60-day booking window for those Trail Collection or Encore parks.
So the fancy ones down in Key West, or the ones in the resorts down in the south of Texas, we'd only have 60-day advance booking window with the rest of the whole membership versus the special 90 days. But that wasn't important to us.
Well, initially, we were thinking, well, let's figure out the numbers. So we decided to get the numbers and see where we were at with that to make a educated decision.
Yes.
If you will.
If you may.
Yep.
So the cost that that they were asking for was $3,000 for the cost of the Elite Connections. The annual dues was the same at $775. The transfer fee was the same at $750, and the Trails Collection standard was $425 dues per year,
rather than the
$725.
So it's $300 less per year.
So we got to thinking, how important is that 30 extra days,
right,
and the 3 weeks park to park,
right. Yeah, we started looking at the Trails Collection and go, well, really, is it worth that much more to us at this time to go with the Trails Collection Plus? And what we saw is a lot of the Encore parks in Texas and stuff like that are technically 55 and over parks. And I know that a lot of people get into them without being over 55, but if they ever crack down on that, we're not 55 yet. So there's a lot of parks that we wouldn't go to that way. And we just didn't know if that was really that beneficial to us, because we're using this plan as kind of a supplement to what we normally like to do. We don't want to be 1,000 trails where we jump from 1,000 trail to the other and just be back and forth from 1,000 trail parks. We still like to see other things and go other places.
And that's not saying bad about anybody who does.
No.
But he just joined the Elks Club, so we want to be able to go to Elks Clubs. We like to boondock especially out west.
Yeah. And when we go out west, like this next fall, we're going to be out west. It'll be very rare that we go to 1,000 Trails Park, and that's part of the reason we didn't want to buy a life or a new pass and be paying $300 a month when there might be 3 or 4 months in a row that we're not using it, and that or more, and that kind of makes me feel wasteful at the time, even though the numbers all come out at the same. That's just an internal thing. So
yeah, so the numbers that we ended up on, I'll share those with you. That was $3,000 for the initial purchase, $750 for the transfer fee, and then we pay 1,000 Trails the initial $775 for the dues and $425. So that equals over the 4 year over the same 4 years, that's $8,550. And the upfront cost for that is going to be $4,950. So remember, the Adventure lifetime was $14,000 over 4 years, and the Adventure new package was almost $16,000 over the 4 years. Right. So in 4 years, so if we just maintain our membership for the 4 years, we will have saved $5,450 over the lifetime Adventure membership that we would have purchased, or we would have saved $7,374 over the new membership.
Right.
So to us, it was worth it.
To us, it was worth it. And on top of that, the plan that we bought is technically resellable. It will drop from the Elite down to a basic, but technically we can resell our package one time. It will be a lower tier plan when we sell it, so it won't be worth near as much for us to sell, but technically we could get a few dollars out of it.
We can get a few dollars out of it. It will go from the 180 days that it is now down to the 120 advanced purchase, but that's still better than what we had with the camping pass. So there's some value in that as well.
Yep.
And with them not selling lifetime package, new lifetime packages anymore, then you never know. We hold on to it. Might be worth something someday.
Who knows? So there's a lot of other plans that we saw out there.
They call those legacy plans, and they're confusing, and there's all kinds of things about them.
And they'll be advertised that you get this and 120 or 200 and some days of this and so many days of that. But when you really look at the contract closely, there are some that are amazing, and they call them unicorns.
Yes.
But you really have to look at that contract close and see what actually transfers when it is sold.
And not just the contract that they give you. There's lots of people who've, if they've had them, they may have upgraded over the years. And so there's the original contract, and then there's also addendums. And sometimes the addendum replaces the original contract, and sometimes it's in addition to. So it's very important, whatever one you buy, if you're buying used, read the contract and make sure you get all contracts and all addendums.
Right, for sure. For sure.
So hopefully this helped you.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do your own research. This is what worked for us.
Right.
But, if you don't want to spend a whole lot in the initial, maybe a used package is the best for you.
Yeah, we are by no terms experts at all on this yet. We just learned what worked for us and we hope will going forward. Now, will we regret not getting the Trails Collection Plus in the future? Maybe. We might. I don't see it in the near future that's going to be something that we'll super regret, but it could happen. So, figure out what works best for your life. Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, just hope this helped. And you leave a comment. Let us know if we're, if we're onto something, or if...
Yeah, did we screw up? Do you think we screwed up bad? Do you think we saved money and made the right choice? What plans do you have? And, what...
How do you love or hate 1,000 Trails?
Yeah. So, thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
We hope to see you on the road.
Bye.